chocolate on us. But we did not strike back. We studied the great religions of the world. We studied what Gandhi attempted to do in South Africa, what he accomplished in India. We studied what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was all about in Montgomery, what Rosa Parks and other people were all about. And Nashville, Tennessee became one of the first major cities in the South to desegregate the lunch counters and restaurants. We would be charged with things like disorderly conduct, and we were very orderly, disturbing the peace, and we were peaceful. We didn't fight. We didn't strike back. And I remember so well, like it was yesterday, I got arrested the first time. And my folks had told me, don't get in trouble. But I got in trouble. It was good trouble. It was necessary trouble. 89 college students, black, white, Latino, Asian American. We went to jail. And the community didn't like the fact that they arrested these nice young people, put us all in jail on Saturday, February 27th, 1960. When I went to jail the first time, I felt so free. I felt like I crossed over. And people like Dr. King and Eleanor Roosevelt and Harry Belafonte and Lena Horne and many other people rallied behind us and supported us. And it led to the desegregation of all of the restaurants and lunch counters in downtown Nashville. And the city continued to spread all across the South like wildfire. And just think, as young people, you won't see this signs. Probably you've never seen this signs here in California. And now you're growing up, and those are coming after you that are so young, those signs are gone, and they will never return. The only places our young people like you will see those signs will be in a book, in a museum, on a video. But later, it was the Freedom Ride in 1961, what the young man spoke to me about. That in 1961, the same year that President Barack Obama was born, 1961, black people and white people couldn't be seated together on a trailway bus or a Greyhound bus or on a train after you left Washington, D.C. to travel through Virginia, through North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, into New Orleans. They just used separate waiting room. You couldn't be in the same car. In a city like Montgomery, Alabama, black people and white people couldn't ride together in a taxi cab. Couldn't eat together in a restaurant. Couldn't stay together in a hotel. We had to change that. And that's what we did. You heard me say I got arrested on May 27th, on February 27th, 1960. But between 1960 and 1966, in the movement, I got arrested 40 times. But I didn't give up. I didn't become bitter or hostile. I kept the faith in every single charge was dropped or dismissed. We didn't violate laws, we violated custom and tradition, unjust laws, beating on the Freedom Ride in Rock Hill, South Carolina. And I give you one example, then let's open up for questions. And just give you an example. On May 9th, 1961, I had a seatmate, a young student, with my seatmate. He was 19 years old. I was 21. We started into a waiting room at a Greyhound bus station in Rock Hill, South Carolina, about 30 miles from Charlotte, North Carolina. And we started in the door. It was said white waiting, and a group of young men jumped us, attacked us, beat us, and and left us lying in a pool of blood. The same man that beat me and my seatmate on May 9, 1961, came to my office in Washington in February '09 and said, "Mr. Lewis, I'm one of the people that attacked and beat you. I want to apologize. Will you forgive me?" His son was with him. The son started crying because he'd been urging his father to go out and find the people that he had wronged. He's crying. I started crying. I told him I accepted his apology, that I would forgive him. He hugged me, the son hugged me, I hugged the two of them. They both called me brother, I called him brother. And since then, I've seen this gentleman 4 other times. It says something about the power of nonviolence, the power of love, the power of peace. So the Civil Rights Movement had changed America forever. Without a Martin Luther King Jr., without a Rosa Parks, without a Cesar Chavez and others, there would be no Barack Obama as President of the United States. This year we will celebrate the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington. How many of you heard about the March on Washington? How many of you heard about the I Have a Dream speech of Dr. King? Well, you know I was one of the speakers. 10 of us spoke. I spoke number 6. Dr. King spoke number 10. And out of the 10 people that spoke that day, I'm the only one still around. So the day that President Obama was first inaugurated, I looked past him and I saw the Washington Monument, I saw the Lincoln Memorial, I started thinking about President Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, President Johnson, Martin Luther King Jr., Cesar Chavez, Rosa Parks, and many, many others. And I started crying. I cried when he was elected. And somebody asked me, "Why are you crying so much?" I said, "I'm crying tears of happiness, tears of joy. I wish all these other people were there." And he said to me, "What are you going to do when he's inaugurated? You're crying so much now." I said, "If I have tears left, I'm going to cry some more." That's exactly what I did. So the day will come in America. The day will come. The day will come, and it's going to come sooner than we think. There won't be just an African American, but a woman will become president. A Latino will become president. An Asian American will become president. We live in a different country, a better country. And we all got to continue to do our part to make America what America must and will become. So why don't I just open that rambling and going all over the place?